The morning I realized my boat was gone, I felt like someone had reached into my chest and ripped something out. The dock behind my townhouse was empty, the water too calm, like it was mocking me. That boat wasn't just fiberglass and metal. It was weekends with my kids, quiet fishing mornings, and the one place I felt free after a long week of work. For a few seconds, I honestly thought I was losing my mind. I walked back inside, grabbed my glasses, came out again. Still nothing. That's when the fear turned into anger, slow and heavy, settling deep in my stomach. I called the marina office, then the police non-emergency line, then my insurance company. Everyone asked the same question: are you sure it wasn't towed? And that's when it hit me. The HOA, the same HOA that had been harassing me for months over dock appearance and unauthorized use, even though I had all the permits. And at the center of it all was her, the HOA president. She smiled in meetings, spoke softly, but behind that voice was a need for control that made people shrink. I had challenged her once, publicly, and I could see it in her eyes that day. She never forgot. I walked straight to her house, my heart pounding the whole way. She opened the door like she'd been expecting me. Calm, cold. When I asked about my boat, she didn't deny it. She told me it had been removed for violations, and would be held until further notice. No paperwork, no notice, no legal authority, just her decision. I stood there shaking, not from fear, but from the realization that she truly believed she was untouchable. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept thinking about how many people she had bullied before me, how many had just given up because fighting back was exhausting. But something in me snapped. I wasn't going to let her take something I worked years for and walk away smiling. The next morning, I called a lawyer. Not an HOA lawyer. A criminal one. And when he heard the full story, he went quiet for a moment, then said words I'll never forget: "This isn't an HOA issue. This is theft." We filed a police report. Not a complaint, a report. The officers were polite but serious, especially when I showed them the GPS tracker still pinging from a private storage yard. A yard owned by her cousin's company. That's when things moved fast. Faster than I expected. The police showed up there with a warrant, and within hours my boat was back where it belonged. But the story didn't end there. Because stealing property, abusing authority, and hiding it, that's not a fine. That's a crime. When she was arrested, the neighborhood exploded with rumors. Some people avoided me, others quietly thanked me. I saw her once, being led to the car, eyes wide, makeup smudged, power gone. I didn't feel joy. I felt something better. Relief. Like a weight had been lifted not just from me, but from everyone who had been living under her rules. In the weeks that followed, the HOA was restructured. New leadership, new transparency. People started talking again at meetings, not whispering. My kids asked me why the boat mattered so much, and I told them the truth. It wasn't about the boat. It was about standing up when someone thinks they can take from you because they're wearing a title. Now, when I take that boat out on the water, I don't just feel peace. I feel proud, because sometimes, the strongest thing you can do isn't getting revenge. It's refusing to be silent. And in the end, that's what sent her to jail. Not anger, not hatred, but the simple decision to stand up and say, "No, not this time."